everybody, Lisa here, doing another Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today I decided to break out a bag style. I don't use that often because it is for me, a little bit dressier, feels a little dressier, but I do like it very much. I have 3 of them and one more that I just ordered. Problem? What problem? This is the chain bag. I'm not even sure how I learned of it because I didn't know anything about it. I think I must have been searching for a particular pattern and it must have popped up as one of the options. So it's a obviously it's a retired style. So I mean, I refer to it as vintage. I don't know how official that kind of a term is. To me, Vera designs that still make use of a coordinating trim feel vintage to me. When I talk about something being vintage, it has to have that element. Once the brand stopped using the coordinating trim, I don't think of those older pieces as vintage. They're not quite as old as the ones that do have the fabric trim, which is really a lovely element. So this is a chain bag. 2 different types of straps. There's the handles, and it definitely is a handbag, and very more structured. And it also has this shoulder strap with a chain. I guess that gives it the name. So yeah, it is more structured, more like a handbag. It does have a base. It's not removable, but it's soft. It's not super hard. I mean, even in here, I've got this stuff right now with a sweatshirt. But it does. You can't machine wash it. I mean, the instruction was a spot clean. So I mean, I'm not sure exactly why that is. I don't know what the base material is. It's a part of me that's very tempted to try to throw one of them in the washing machine and just see if I can get away with it. But I don't know if that's cardboard in there. It's probably just going to turn into pulp, and I don't want that. Anyway, when this came, since it's spot clean, I tend to be a little bit more careful about what kind of condition of bag I'm buying, used bag. So I tend to buy new with tags, just because I want to try to get them as clean as possible. So this was new with tags. This is Tea Garden. I think that's 2011, winter 2011. It was a breast cancer pattern. So this came in pretty good shape, but it was a little, as they always are, folded. And so I stuffed it with a sweatshirt. It hasn't been sitting with the stuffing in it for very long, so I feel like it's going to need more stuffing. Like you can see on the end, it's real not. It's still sort of collapsing in on itself there. I like to get those ends pushed out as nicely as possible, so that the piping here, this triangular shape, has piping around it, and so that shape is real crisp, that triangular shape, because that's so nice, and I want this to be very, visible, and not all creased in. When it came, the handles were one handle was good, the other one was a little misshapen, so I just hung it up like this, empty, because I didn't want it to really be stressed, but on a doorknob for a couple of days, just like that, and it's reshaped it perfectly. They match now, so that wasn't really a problem. So what's the strap drop here? The handle drop. It's very short, obviously, because it's a handbag, 7 inches. So, but I do wear it like this, and I like wearing it like this because it has a tendency to really stay put. When you lean forward, it doesn't slide down. Sometimes, like with the tote bags, I find when you lean over, like in a grocery store or something, it slips down. It's a little frustrating. Also, what's nice about these straps, they are rolled straps, and sometimes the rolled strap can pop out like that. The outer strap will sort of slip a lot. This doesn't do that too much, and occasionally if it does, I just sort of twist the inner strap over like that to use it to sort of secure the outer strap. But in general, I find this very comfortable, and I don't have trouble with the straps, and the base is not super hard, so it's against your body is comfortable. It just feels soft. I don't feel like it's cutting into there or anything like that. I do also carry it, from the shoulder strap, just like that. I do that, and I tend to, in a very sort of girly, ladies who lunch way, I do carry it from the handle, and I do carry it like that, slip it on my arm like that. I did hesitate. I mean, it is a departure for me, a more structured bag, formal looking bag, dressy. I don't feel like it goes with every big coat I own, like a big down coat doesn't really go with that. So I have to think a little bit more about what I'm wearing when I want to wear one of these bags. But I do use them. I mean, I take them to the supermarket. Even though they do feel a little, like I said, a little ladies who lunch. And the pattern is pretty and a little vintage to me, a retro a little bit to me, because it reminds me of those Gucci patterns from the prints from the 70s. With the flowers drawn very precisely, almost like botanical renderings, with all the petal shapes, all the shapes, the leaves and everything have crisp outlines, and there's crisp line work, like fine line work in the petals, within the petals. So it does remind me of those sort of prints from the 70s, Palm Beach. that probably has something to do with the color scheme here too, with the lighter background and the pops of color. It's not a white background. It's very light gray, and then some of the flowers on there are white. I was surprised. I thought the bag would look whiter, and I was pleased that it didn't look quite so white. I thought that might look a little bit like the equivalent of wearing plaid pants and white shoes and you go golfing or something. Sorry if anybody does that. But it's a good size. Let's see. Centimeter side. We're not metric yet. This 13. Base is 13 by 5. And the height of the bag is about 8, between 8 and 8.5. So you can get a lot in here. Let me just show a little bit. It's got the ribbon pulls, which is nice. Most people tend to like the ribbon pulls. It's my sweatshirt in there. Eagles sweatshirt. Go Birds. And it's got the, I gotta get my lighting. I gotta finesse my lighting here. But you can see it has a contrasting cotton fabric. And it has a zipper pocket in there. It's a pretty good depth. I'm getting a good angle here. And then on the other side, it has slip pockets, three slip pockets there. And one more pocket. Where's that pocket? It's got a hidden on the outside of the zipper, the main zipper. It has a hidden slip pocket, which is, I think, nice. Oh, sorry, Dookie. Trying to get comfortable. So you can still get a lot in here. I might as well load it up like I usually do. iPad mini, wallet. Ugh, Peaches, that's wet. Did you lick that? Ugh. GPS. iPod. Phone. So that's what I would take. And it's all in there. It still looks good. I mean, the bag curves a little bit, but not much. Zip it up. You know, it just works really nice. Feels comfortable up here. And I do wear it from the shoulder strap as well. What's nice about these straps, I just really wanted to talk about these straps, because they're all removable. So you have this handle, the chain strap, I mean, and just, oh, let me get it up there. So that would be how it is normally. Just let it fall down a little bit, shift it, comes right out. That's, you know, it's just neat, very neat, easy to do. So you could remove the strap. It makes this washing it, I would imagine, easy. Hand wash that easily. Or if you just don't want the strap, right? I mean, throw it in the bag or whatever, leave it at home, whatever. But also, what's interesting, try to get a good spot here, is, did not prepare for this. These handles are removable. So this O-ring, this opens. Okay, maybe it's easier for me to do it on this one. This opens, pushes down in like that, and you can just, you know, slip the, I'll get it, there we go, can slip that right out. And so all four of them obviously do that, and so that would make washing the handles really easy. I mean, and that would be something on a handbag, right? These might get a little oily or grimy from your hand oils and skin oils, and so it makes it, you know, easy to wash. I would imagine you could throw these in a washer or just wash them by hand. I don't know. So that's, I think, a really nice, that's a really nice design feature. Nice attention to detail. There we go. There, on the part of the designers. I am in the Facebook group Vera Bradley Buzz, which I mentioned before in another video. And someone had posted about this bag style, asking about it. And so I was reading the comments. And some people were commenting, one or two people commented on the noise that the chain makes. I would imagine, either just in the daily use of it like that, but also when it clangs against things like the shopping cart or the grocery store or something. And like I said, I have taken this to the grocery store. I didn't really notice that. That's not an issue for me. I actually kind of like the noise. I mean, that's part of the appeal to me. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a Chanel bag or something. Of course, those are expensive, so I've only had fakes. But that didn't bother me. But I mean, if it did, I guess you could just take the handle off. That's a nice feature. You can just take the handle off. Also, I noticed, and this I have done this. I mean, when I carry it by the handles, I just let this hang like that. It doesn't bother me. I think I might have put it inside. Now, this is something that I do. When I was in the supermarket, I might have done this, now that I think about it. You can just stick it in there, right? And it just gets it out of the way. You don't even have to detach it. And you can still even close the top. I mean, you can still zip it closed. So the chain will stretch across there, but there's enough length there that it can do that. It can just, you can't close it all the way, and so you could still have your, security that way. So I like it. I really like it a lot. It's comfortable. It feels good. And actually, the weight in there helps it stay, nicely on the shoulder. And then I always like that feature where you can slip one off one handle off, get into your bag. So I really do like it. You can see it sort of collapsing in on itself here. So it needs to be stuffed more. I mean, I think I would probably stuff it again super full, fuller than just with the sweatshirt, and maybe spray it with a little water. Let it dry that way. Spray the outside, not the bottom. I wouldn't spray the bottom. There is some board, something in here like the same, whatever is keeping the bottom a little stiff is also in this panel to give it form. Here you can definitely feel it here. You know, there's some kind of triangular form in there. So again, I don't know what that's made of. If it's cardboard, that would, I guess, would explain why it's spot clean only. So like I said, you know, I try to buy ones that seem to very clearly be in good condition. Because I can't throw it in the washer, which is frustrating for me because I always talk about how other people's used fabric kind of creeps me out. Gives me the willies. But it was just I just found the bag so appealing that I couldn't resist getting it, even though I knew I couldn't throw it in the laundry. This actually might even be one piece. Whatever this hard thing is in here almost feels like it curves around this edge inside. Might be one long piece, whatever it is. But anyway, you can see that it's still kind of collapsing on itself, so it needs more help. Keep its form, restructuring it. But I just love it. It's just a very nice bag. It's comfortable. It's a little girly. And I do recommend it. I mean, I do. I like it a lot.